Hi guys, welcome back. This is part two to the captured fairy in a light bulb project. I've got the light bulb completely cleaned out now. I did a little bit of scrubbing on it. I filled it with hot soapy water, just some Dawn dish detergent and some hot water. Gave it a couple of shakes and some of the dust came out of it, but I'm got it looking at it and it looks like it's got a natural fog to it already. So I think we're still gonna be able to pull it off. It would be a shame if I couldn't. So, I mean, even if the image is on the inside of it, it's kind of blurry, you can still kind of get the idea from it. I'm just going to go with it anyways. After going through all of the hassle of getting the light bulb ready, we're going to use it anyways. I'm going to use it anyways. So I have here spread out some stuff that I'm going to use to pull all of this together. The flowers here came from Dollar Tree in a cluster. These butterflies came off of another cluster. They actually still have the stems on the bottom of them that are on there. I went on to just Google Images. I just typed in fairy free Creative Commons and I printed out some off of my printer. They're already colored. I didn't have to paint them or anything. I wasn't sure about the size, so I printed out several sizes and I'm going to try to go with the bigger one first. If it does not work, then I'll go with the smaller ones. And then let's see, I have some red um, kind of blinged out ribbon here that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use it on the base of it. I'm going to see if I can zoom out just a little bit. And then I have some floral wire that I want to attach to it. This is a heavier gauge wire than what y'all normally see me using. This came from Dollar Tree. This came from Walmart. This came from Dollar Tree. This is 99 cents, I think, for 4 feet of it, I think. And of course, we all know Dollar Tree's got dollar everything. And then I got some little beads that came from my stash. I want to kind of tie them in somewhere on there. I probably won't use all of them. Probably going to clip some of them off. And then the book rings, I'm going to try to use those as a part to hang it, or maybe not. I don't know. We're going to see. I just kind of grabbed these on a whim, so we'll see. On this one, I actually used a keychain. If you guys remember in the last video, it's actually got a key ring attached to it with the wire. If you look really close, it's got a piece of costume jewelry with the wire going under it. See it right there? Oh, this camera is so blurry. It's kind of hooked and it's going under it. So if you can't see that, I'm so sorry. But I'm going to try to do it a different way now. The only thing I didn't have that I wanted to do different was I'm not going to add the leaves to it on here. This is the first one that I made, so I still like the way it turned out. But we're going to go a little bit bigger now. So the first thing that you do, you've already got your light bulb cleaned out. Take the hair dryer. I don't know about a heat gun. I use a hair dryer to dry everything. And I just put it on the inside of it to get the water out. There was still some water on the inside, so I took a Q-tip and just kind of wiped it out. Painted it with the paint, candy apple red, apple barrel paint, just cheap paint from Walmart. And then I went and printed out my fairies, got her cut out, and now you just kind of fill it. I got my glue gun over here to the side and waiting on it to kind of heat up. So another thing I was thinking about using in this one was that bag of moss that you get from Dollar Tree. So I was thinking about stuffing it with some of it in the bottom, which is going to be really fun because this stuff is super messy. So I'm just going to take a pinch of it out. You don't need to go like a whole lot because you want to be able to see just the fairy in there. And then what I normally do is I get like a paintbrush and use the back of the paintbrush like just this. And then you're just going to take pieces of it and stuff it down inside the bulb. Just take your brush and kind of poke it down in there. And this stuff is not cooperating. We're going to keep going with it though because I'm not a quitter. I get my mindset on something, I'm going to do it. So you see it's going to be kind of blurry. It doesn't matter to me. I'm still going to use it. If you survived the last video and you were able to get your light bulb intact without any cracks, this is smooth sailing. Trust and believe it is smooth sailing. It's going to be messy. You don't have to use moss. You can use anything you want in here. You could do some glitter. You could do some, I don't know, guys. You could use anything, really. Tissue paper, maybe. I don't know. I always think of like the natural thing with fairies. So I try to go like woodsy, outdoors kind of stuff. So you just keep poking away. Let's see. I have been feeling really cruddy, guys. And I've been trying to manage to work every single day through it, and it's been insane. So you noticed on the inside of it, it's kind of sticking. If you can get your brush in there to kind of move it around, go for it. If not, I don't sweat over the small stuff. So that might be enough. That might be enough in there. So let me do a little bit of housekeeping here. That moss stuff, man, you pull out just a little bit and you end up with a pile. I could just go ahead and stuff it back in there, but I don't want to because I'm going to be hard-headed. So I'm going to get rid of this. Let's see if I can get it back in the bag. I need to go get me a gallon Ziploc bag to put this stuff in because it's messy. Okay, so we got that part done. We've got the moss on the inside of it, and I'm trying to knock over my glue gun. Got it down in there. You got it in there, right? So then I think I'm going to take some of these little beads here, and they're just foam. It came off of a flower arrangement I believe my sister gave to me, and I'm always trying to upcycle. So I'm going to take a few of these out. I don't want to go nuts with them, but something to kind of fill in the bottom of it. See if we can drop those down in there. And they're in there. I really wish this bulb was a little bit more clear. I might do a little bit more. It's kind of pretty. Oh, trying to fly away. And I don't even care if it breaks apart, honestly. You want to get it to where you want it. One tip you could use is drop you some hot glue in the bottom of it if you want to make sure that it doesn't move around in there. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You can though. Now here's the fun part. I've got some flowers here and I was looking at them and I thought, what could I do? Could I go on the top like this with it? Because that's kind of pretty, right? Could I anchor it to the outside of it like that? You know, on the outside of it and have the fairy on the front side of it? Could I stuff the flower down in there? And that was a huge negative no, because it's just massive. And the center of it would probably be just all cracked up. But look at that. You could do something like that. You could hot glue it to the outside, trim your stem off of it, hot glue it to the outside, which is probably what I'm going to do, like that, and then have her on the inside of it. But I'll tell you what, if you got the shaky shake stuff going on the back of this, which you guys can't see it because of course it's kind of blurry, I'm just going to cover it up with the flower. That's all I'm going to do with it. So before you do your flower, you want to figure out what kind of ribbon you want on it. And I love this stuff right here, y'all. I'm telling you, every time I go to Dollar Tree, I pick up like 4 or 5 rolls. It's easy to work with. It folds, it bends, and it goes right back to, you know, and it's blingy. You ain't got to worry about putting no bling bling on anything. It's already on there. So what I do is I try to, probably going to go this route with it. Wrap it around the bulb like that. You could cover this up if you wanted to, like that. See? Just play around. Just play around with it. So I'm probably going to use about this much. I usually will use this thing and try to measure things out, especially when I'm doing cards or papers or anything like that. And I cut. And like I said, this has got metal. It's got metal wire, I believe, with a little bit of nylon rope that's on the inside of it. So get your gun good and hot. I'm not going to cover up too much of this. I want to probably just go on the metal. And my glue is like yucky yuck. And y'all know when you're putting hot glue on metal, you got to be kind of quick with it because it'll just make it cold really quick. So I got my glue on there. I'm going to put this on there as quick as I can. I think I've burnt my fingers so many times that I don't even feel it anymore. But be careful, children. If you have children that are doing this with adult supervision, you guys already know. It takes one time for you to get burned and you're like, I haven't found the remedy to that yet, though. So if anybody does, let me know. Remedy to burning your fingers. I always think of the sewing thing with the little thimble. I might be onto something. I don't know. So anyway, we got that glued on there. Here's your fairy. you're probably going to have to fold her inward to get her down in there and make sure that her little wings don't get tore up. She's going to come back out, you know what I mean, when you get her down in there. So I kind of fold it in, kind of roll it in. And if you remember, we had the glass that was sticking out inside the bulb. So we want to try to fold her in where nothing's going to get snagged. And here comes the fun part. You're going to take your glue, you're going to drop a dab of it down in there, and see now I've got it moving around in there. So we want to poke that back down in there. I'm going to do a drop of glue down inside there. Just kind of let it fall where it falls. And then what I normally do, and I just made my glue. Let's see. You know what I need? I need something to anchor this where it don't fall down. Hold on a minute, guys. Get you something you can set your bulb on where it's not moving. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to have a glob of stuff. Okay. We want everything to kind of go to the back anyways. Come on, light bulb. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because she's so flimsy, I normally would put her on the back of photo paper where it would give it a little bit more of a, you know, like a surface, almost like cardstock. But I don't want it to wrinkle. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put her on a piece of wire. I've got my wire here. And she's going to be folded up, but that's fine. And I'm actually going to do real crazy and do just a dab of hot glue on the wire. Because I just want to put her on there. On the back. Just try to go as even as you can with it. I don't want her to be crooked. You could use a toothpick too. I just don't have a toothpick with me, so I'm just going to use the wire. Y'all, I'm really trying to show you. See, she's just on there now. Make sure that your glue is done. Go back to step 2 again. You're going to put some glue down in there because I'm sure that glue's already dissolved by now. Just drop you some down in there and let it land where it lands. It is fine. It ain't got to be perfect. So you got it rolled up. You're just going to put her down in there now. And it might take a little bit of gentle. And this might be where I run into the problem of her being too big, but I'm going to go with it anyways. Drop her down in there. Maybe. Just keep on going with it. I've shoved so many things down in small spots. And if she falls, she falls. But we want to try to get it in there before the glue sets. I can feel the heat in the bottom of the bulb from the glue. Take your paintbrush, straw, pencil, whatever you have, and kind of ease it down in there. And I'm going to have to take it out of frame for a second because I want to be able to see this. Now I've got my wire. Now she's back open again. I probably bended her a little too much. Yes, I did. Okay, well, you know what? We still gonna go with it. So I'm gonna take the wire and I'm gonna bend it a little bit so I can get it down in there. You're just gonna take the bottom of the brush and just kind of move her around. You just want to have it to where she's in there. Now I've got glue onto the paintbrush. It's all right though. It didn't stick too much. So it's a little bit of working, you know. You're just going to have to keep playing with it till you get her in there the right way. It will work though. With a little bit of patience, just keep working with it. Okay, little girl, cooperation please. Okay, so she's a little foggy. The glass, this bulb is not showing too much of like I wanted it to. But I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep right on going with it. Hold on. Get me some scissors here. I'm at 15 minutes. You guys give me a second. Let me get her in here and then I'll come back and we'll go on to the next step. I'll be right back.